I can see why people do this on their phone. This is a process just to set up this camera. So this is my 2021 in review vlog. This is probably like my 50th attempt. So cheers to that. I opened this beer a while ago. So clink. I am drinking, I'm drinking a Blue Moon out of a stemless wine glass because I'm classy. I'm already exhausted. I thought vlogging would be more fun. I don't know. I guess it's a learning curve for me. To think I got a degree in film, right? No, I'm just talking myself down. So hello. Welcome back to my vlog. I know it's been a while. This vlog is going to be about 2021 and my 2021 in review. Can't say I remember too much. It feels like it's all the same from 2020. What I thought about or what I wrote about, which you'll see some notes I have here. Look at the behind the scenes footage. 2021 for me was a continued year of buffoonery, nuance, and distractions, to say the least. Lots and lots and lots of distractions. I'm gonna have to work on that. At least in 2021, I did a lot of new things, and we'll get into that. 2021, I started this vlog. I did a few videos. And I'm proud of what I've done. So that was the buffoonery. And like doing new things, that was the nuance for my content. And unfortunately with the distractions, I didn't stick to it. I didn't do as many videos as I'd like to do, and maybe it'll never be enough for me. Who knows? But I feel like when I think about distractions, like I didn't do more. And of course, looking back on it, hindsight is 2020, and you always think you want to do more. Did I really just make a video of me eating a sandwich? Or was it? 2021, I made some changes, I guess. I quit my job. That's nothing new. I'm always quitting a job every year, so maybe that's something I'll work on for 2022. But no, I quit another job. It was just another one of those dead-end jobs that, I showed up, I did my thing. Maybe my attitude wasn't what they wanted, but from what I can recall, I did my job well, considering it was a pandemic. I did it well, considering that we were overworked, and we were, at least my team, we were doing over 40 hours during a pandemic. And we were showing up in an office while other people got to work from home, so I thought I did well. The job overall, it was in customer service, and hearing people complain about pretentious things like wallpaper during a pandemic, who cares? But the world is on fire outside, and work is supposed to be my happy place. That makes no sense to me, while other people get to work from home and, have a weekend, which is cool. So I ended that job back in March. And I think 2021 for me, when I talk about nuance, I think of all the temp jobs I did last year. I think I was this temp sensation all over Monmouth and Ocean County. Everyone got a piece of me. I took on this temp job. I guess it was like internal affairs at this concrete company. you have not lived until you worked in a concrete company. The exciting nuance of the concrete industry. You know, I had fun with all my temp jobs. I got to meet new people, try out these new industries. The concrete company was weird. The people were cool. The boss was insane. That's what concrete does to you. I was probably there until I was there for like 3 months. Then I moved on to a marketing firm somewhere in Brielle, New Jersey. They sold like market research data for, I guess, brokers to send postcards. We would sell them mailing lists. And that was cool because I got to work from home, and I learned how much I still hate customer service even in my own home. I punched a lot of walls just out of anger. Just talking to people about nonsense and buffoonery. The buffoonery never dies, I think, is my theme in life, and probably just my theme overall. This ongoing buffoonery. I think we should take a drink every time we say the word buffoonery, or I say the word buffoonery. We're gonna need a lot of beer. I would say probably the most exciting thing I did in 2021 as far as jobs. But I took on this restaurant job in the city where I'm living in Asbury Park, and that was really cool. I got to meet a lot of cool and like real people, not like people who just like pretend to be nice, especially when it comes to customer service. Like, I'm just a firm believer, like, people who work in customer service, they're not like happy to be there. I mean, they're happy, you know. I mean, customer service, at least for me, is something I can do, but it's not like something I thrive. Like, I'm not going to enjoy people yelling at me and being rude. But working at this restaurant was cool. I got to meet a lot of new people, and it was a new environment for me. I've never worked in a restaurant before, actually. I've done a lot of quick service food jobs, like ice cream and coffee, but nothing quite like a restaurant. And this was super cool. I was a host. And, you know, I thought about the idea of becoming a server, then maybe a bartender or what have you. But soon enough, I realized, like, people still suck. Again, like 2021 being the year of Nuance, the restaurant industry definitely had to overcome and experience a lot of nuances. Like, this was the summer where people were allowed to eat in public again. People were allowed to go to restaurants again, and then the mask mandate was lifted. So it was kind of like this exuberant celebration of buffoonery and nonsense. People still sucked, though. It's like, I don't know what happened during the pandemic that people became dumb and people became rude. I mean, overall, that's going to happen to you in the restaurant industry. I get that. Little things like people wanting to seat themselves. When was that a thing? Was that ever a thing before the pandemic? Like, oh, I'm going to walk into Applebee's and just sit myself. Like, let me make myself at home, you know? And then for me also, it was a learning curve, just understanding certain things in the restaurant. Like, there were moments where I had to stop seating because the kitchen had to catch up because there were so many orders and they were flooded. So I would have to stop seating people, and I would hear it all the time from these idiots about, well, I see there's an empty table over there. There's an empty table over here. Why can't you sit me over there? There's an empty table. Why don't we just get drinks first? You know where else there's an empty table? Your f***ing kitchen. So go back home. So those little things were very new for me and stupid. And overall, it was buffoonery. But the people were amazing. I made a lot of good friends. I'm still at the restaurant, so I started there in April, and it is now January of 2022. The people I met, I guess it's what I needed at the time. I needed something authentic and something real, and I got to work with some genuine people, and I had fun. You know, granted, it was my side job. So, again, instead of being mediocre at one dead-end full-time job, I found myself thriving at being better at two part-time dead-end jobs. And maybe that's like the thing for me. Maybe it's a major key alert, I guess. You know, especially in a restaurant, what's really great is that when the day ends, the day just ends. It's not like the constant office jobs that I've had where things just tend to roll over the next day, then it rolls over the next week, and then suddenly it's like 2 months later. You know, there was none of this whole like, oh, hey, just circling back on my email from 3 months ago, do you think that this report is ready yet? Like, it was nice to just say that at the end of the day, it is what it is, and it's in the past. And I like that. I definitely think I made a name for myself at the restaurant because I was always known for my fabulous sunglasses. I was serving without actually serving. I was serving a vibe, but I wasn't gonna serve food. Who writes this? I was known for my walk. My manager loves me for my walk. I'm really flattered by that. I never thought about my walk. I'm just always in a rush, and I'm always just escaping from my past. So maybe that's why I walk the way that I do. Maybe we'll do like a walking tutorial someday. I'll put that on the maybe list. Something really fun I got to do was I was able to travel for the first time in a long time. I probably haven't traveled since that whole Puerto Rico adventure. So that's a while ago. So I got to go to Miami for the first time, and more importantly, I got to see an old friend, Sunny from Philadelphia. We met on a travel trip. We met we met while traveling on a trip. We met in, I guess, we did a Spain-Portugal trip, and I met her randomly in our tour group. So we've kept in touch for so long, but we haven't seen each other in a while. So it was cool to see Miami. I was there for about a week. One thing about Miami is that it is hot. It is very expensive, and it is moist. Everything... It's like everything I touched turned into sweat at a moment. More than anything, I was so happy to get to see Sunny again. We got to go to some different clubs. We wanted to go to very hip hop and Latin clubs. Not too much dance clubs that go like pop pop beep boop pop. You know. We had some great food, from what I remember. We went to the beach a few times. I'm not a beachy person, to say the least, but I'll do it. I'll do it in Miami. Coincidentally, it was also Pride weekend that weekend. I had no idea. I haven't been to a gay Pride event in years, with due reason. But that weekend I showed up. I'm like, what are all these rainbow things doing everywhere? And sure enough, there was a DJ the next day, and people dancing in their Speedos, and just glitter everywhere. It was a fun time. I got to sing karaoke. I mean, I'm always singing karaoke somewhere, I guess, but I went to one local gay bar, and they were doing karaoke. I got to live my life. doing my American Idol fantasy. And then I also went to the Palace. I went to the Palace where I got to see some drag. So that was exciting and new and expensive. I probably spent like $200 on a meal just for myself. Granted, I probably have expensive tastes, so that's my problem. So Miami got me broke, and that's fine, I guess. In 2021, I also turned 30 back in May. I just want to like insert like clouds and like darkness. Like, I'm 30. Turning 30, I mean, first of all, shout out to my friends Katie and Chelsea for throwing this like phenomenal party. If you didn't see that video, check it out. But my friends Katie and Chelsea threw me a Death to My 20s party. Very COVID friendly and COVID safe and very full of fun and love. I can't thank them enough. Got to see some old friends. We were outside and it was about to rain. It was slightly raining from what I can remember, which seems fitting to the theme. They made us all individual charcuterie boxes, and they bought this vegan cake that was in the shape of a coffin, which was so pretty and so good. Yeah, that was a great initiation into my 30s. I feel like turning 30 doesn't feel like anything, especially for me. I feel like turning 30 doesn't really feel like anything. I think people make a big deal out of turning 30. But I will say for myself, and maybe, actually, I feel like 30 is that age where you feel like you didn't do enough. Or you're looking back and like you're 30 and you're like, should I be doing other things or should I be far along something else? And of course we all say that, and of course that's never the truth, but you still can't help but feel that way. And looking back on my life, I mean, I tried to let go of expectations, but I thought I'd be more, I guess, established or stable, and maybe I'm taking myself for granted. I don't know what I expected turning 30. I don't know. I guess I definitely wasn't expecting this. I thought I'd have like a fulfilling career, and I think I've realized that there is no fulfilling career for me. Even doing this vlog has been quite a challenge to get this started. But I mean, I don't know. I can't say being 30 is any different than what I was doing when I was 22 or 25 or 28. I'm wiser, maybe. Oh, who am I kidding? Let's get another beer. Buffoonery. Turning 30. I mean, I feel like the theme for me at this time in my life is just a complete reset. I wasn't happy in any of the glorious jobs that I've been in. So, when that time came when I quit that job, when I quit that full-time job to do part-time stuff, it was just a reset. I didn't want to commit to some full-time buffoonery again. And, I want to focus on myself. And through the years of distraction, I kind of did. I wanted to focus on myself and make more videos And I mean, I kind of did. I mean, I got started, and that's something to be said. So I shouldn't talk myself down. Um, so yeah, if you're 30 and up, maybe you have some advice. But the one thing I've learned turning 30 is that no one has their stuff together. So I feel like we're all just going in circles and circles of buffoonery. I feel like there's just like no milestones after turning 30, you know? It's like, I don't know, I guess, well, maybe we just make a big deal out of the other ages. Like, what? Turning 13 is a big deal because you're technically a teenager now, and then you turn 15 or 16, and that's like your sweet 16 or a quinceañera. And then, and then like 17 or 18, you get your license. I guess that depends what city or state or what state you're from. But like turning 21 is a big year because you can finally drink legally. I guess turning 19 was a big year for me because that was the year I could start smoking, or or that was the year I could like buy cigarettes legally. Okay, 'cause that's great. And like turning 25 was like, oh, why was that such a big deal? Turning 25, I don't know. But like, yeah, I don't know. After turning 30, like, what am I supposed to look forward to now? My next drink? In October, I experimented more with my makeup. I tried to do some more makeup, trying to fix this mug. Can you guys see I'm wearing concealer right now? Sometimes all you really need is a good camera. I don't think you need good makeup, but it depends how much you want to be in front of people. But no, I feel like my makeup looks really good on camera. Like it's not cakey. I'm just wearing concealer. So I don't know. What do you think? In Asbury Park, they have all these like different festivals. There was Zombie Fest. I got to be a zombie. And I got so many compliments on my makeup. Thank you, if you happen to be watching this. To the people who complimented me. Someone thought I did it professionally. And I'm like, no, but thank you. And then for Halloween, I was Regina George. A teenage fantasy for me to be a white girl. The funny thing is like people didn't even like realize me as Regina George, even though I tried to create the costume from the movie poster. But people just thought I was a biological woman, and I guess that's cool too. That's fine. I'll go with that. Throughout 2021, I definitely met a lot of new people, considering the circumstances. I mean, this isn't the time where you get to meet new people, but considering all the jobs I've been through, I mean, I was able to meet new people. And then working in the restaurant, I met a lot of new people. But I also got close with some old friends. You know, I was talking a lot with one of my old coworkers, Claire and Melissa. I got to see some old coworkers like Ebony. It's my girl, Alex and Kate. I got to visit them in Philly. And then throughout the holidays, I mean, I got to see all of my, I guess you could say, my high school friends for Thanksgiving. We did our annual like Friendsgiving, which was really nice. Got to see Kate from Tennessee. I got to see Amanda and Eric, and Kim even made it. Kim and Bobby. That was a surprise. And then, of course, throughout December and, pretty much the last month now, December, this, like, pesky new Omicron has been popping up, so it's really kind of halted any social activities for the moment. But it is what it is. We have to make the best of it. I'm trying to make the best of it. So yeah, that was 2021 in a long-winded nutshell. I stand by it throughout the buffoonery, throughout the nuance, and throughout the distraction. I think that I learned something. I guess you have to, right? I've definitely learned to overcome the buffoonery because it never stops. It's never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. Every year is gonna present nuances. I like saying that word. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but more importantly, understanding how much I love to distract myself has been my major takeaway, especially expressing myself through this vlog. I mean, I just keep making these excuses about not doing what I want to do, or at least not trying what I want to do. And that's the biggest disappointment for me of all. And then I just find ways to distract myself. You know, like, oh, I need to do this first. I need to do that first. I'd rather do this. I want to go for a drive. I just keep finding different ways to just avoid doing things. And even, you know, my quest to find jobs, like, I promise myself, like, all right, just take part-time jobs and just focus on yourself. I keep looking for jobs that I don't want. Like, I keep applying to these jobs and going to these interviews, and I get so excited about this job that's probably going to annoy me at the end of the day. And then I get so upset when I don't get that job, and I'm like, did I want it anyway? Why don't you just focus on, you know, doing something you like to do, or doing something you promised yourself you were going to do? So that's definitely something I have to work on this year for 2022. And, you know, I'm gonna see what happens. I think for me, 2022 is gonna be the year of desperation, because I am definitely feeling that much. And maybe I'll talk about it in another video. Thanks. How should I end my videos? I don't know. I'll work on that too this year.